Alright guys, here we go. This is it, the official review on using this Lone Wolf Custom Gear 1.0. What I think, what I'm going to change, some of that kind of stuff on it. I've hung this thing over 2 dozen times. I've made a bunch of different videos while on it on different stuff. I'll show you some of that at the end of this. I'll incorporate that so you can actually see real world me hanging it and my initial thoughts, because at first I was a little skeptical until I learned how to do this the right way, but it's a little different than some of my other stands, so we'll cover all that for you. Here it is right out of my truck. There are a few things that need to be changed on this immediately that kind of bug me on my setup that we're going to do on here too, which is why we're in here. But so let's talk about it. And then I'll show you some of that kind of stuff. But as far as carrying it, it's light, okay? It's not beast stand light, but it is definitely light. The amount of room on this stand, as you'll see in some of these insets and things like that, is, and from some of my, when I'm on there and I show you this stuff, real world, when we're out on the trees, phenomenal. Okay, phenomenal. There's more room between the cables on this than there is on my Lone Wolf Assaults, laying right there. This thing is amazing, so I'm very happy with that. Let's yank the sticks off. Again, this is exactly how I carry it. This is how I've been using it to hunt with. These times, I told you in the review, I put these on there to try instead of paracord. You know where, because I carry it like this. I'm just going to throw it on my shoulder, and I carry it like this, walking in and out. It's very comfortable. It works very good. I thought I would try these and see if I like them better. I do not. I'm going back to the paracord. I have the paracord, which I showed you in those other videos, and I have it right here, still sitting on my Lone Wolf Assault. But just simple paracord right here like that. It's just a taunt line knot on there, so if I can adjust it if I want to. But I like the paracord much better. And honestly, it doesn't, I don't see any, something just flew in my eye, probably dirt from that stand because they're covered in them. This one's even covered in blood and everything all over it still from hunting. But I prefer the paracord. Okay, paracord, these are coming off. All these straps do is get twisted up and tangled up, and they end up like that on there anyway. Put my arm through them, they're twisted, and they snag, and nope, we are going back to the paracord. Paracord 100%. This way is how I carry it in and out, and this is how I carry it when I climb up the tree. I'm happy with the paracord. I'm going right back to it. Before I leave the garage today, we will have paracord on that one. So the strap idea, I'm not a fan of these straps. I like the paracord better. So, but that way, as far as how my sticks mount on here, that works perfect. Same thing, swim noodle, same setup on here with my straps. Let's pop this off here, and we'll show you. Okay, and pull that one out of there. There's one, and here's the other. Okay, so we take these off. We're gonna pull the sticks right out of here. Set them right over here out of the way. Okay, so now we got the stand. Now with my swim noodle, because of this weird, he's got this, they're cool I guess, but you got these loops on here to be able to wrap a string around here. I'm never going to do that. In my opinion, I would probably, and I may sometimes just cut these right off. I don't see any purpose for them. And I might take my angle grinder and just snip this right off and this one right off. Right now, I'd like to put my swim noodle back here, but this thing kind of gets in the way, so I actually put it on here, and then strap my sticks on the back side. Works good, but I would much rather this thing not have these tabs on there. Again, personal preference here, but for me, I don't like these tabs on the back. I'm never going to wrap a string around this thing and have it on there. I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather not have that. We did stealth strip the cables. The only reason for it is just because of the fact that if my boots do rub against them, I'm in rubber snake boots, they do make noise. Like that on any cables. Now, so I did put stealth strips on them. I love stealth strips. I have them on everything all the time. They're phenomenal. The seat, I really like the seat. I'll put an inset in here, but I hunt in nylon pants, and I've not tested this with cotton because I'm always wearing those nylon Wrangler pants down here in Georgia. When I am sitting on this stand with those and I turn, like if I twist on the seat and turn, I get a pretty loud noise. Almost sounds like farting. So it almost sounds like squeaking on here. So that I will experiment with, and I very well might end up taking stealth strips like this right here and stealth stripping across the top of this seat and actually running these. I got a lot of stealth strips. I always have stealth strips, but I might run, you know, put one here, you know, put a few of these across this to make that quieter. Because I know these don't make any noise. I had my B stand covered in them. So, but we might actually be stealth stripping across this seat and, you know, setting that up. So those are something that we might be doing. As far as complaints on this stand, I have only two. One, the seat squeaking. I don't like that. So we will fix that. The other one that really bugs me that we are got to fix, I can't believe that they let it go this way this far, because I've only hung this stand 24 times. Brand new strap that they sent me, but when we look at this strap here, okay, if you look at that strap, look at the wear already on that strap, okay? See that already? That's ridiculous that I'm already wearing it out that bad. That is because of this Versa button on here being so aggressive on these Versa buttons that are on here on these hard edges. So I can actually pull that off because we are going to strip that out of there. But these hard edges, and it's even on this one too. And like I said, I've only hung this stand 24 times. But look at the wear that is on these already from that. And I mean, that's bad. That's bad wear that we got going on there. And it's because of that Versa button. So I am going to, luckily it's probably an easy fix, but I'm going to take stealth strips and I am wrapping this with stealth strips. I'm going to wrap the inside of that with one loop around the stealth strips. After I actually, see that seems pretty smooth, but man, it's shredding that up. I'm going to probably clean this up with a little bit of sandpaper on there and just smooth that out a little bit more to be sure. Just a touch to make sure there's nothing on there, but I do not like the fact that after only 24 sets on a tree, my straps are already starting to get tore up like that. So that we are going to fix. But other than that, which will be fixed with stealth strips. If you don't have stealth strips, and it's not a plug, it's a commitment, okay? There is no other product like this on the market made today. I have done abrasion tests. I've shown you guys everything on them. If you don't own at least 5 rolls of stealth strips, and they have them available and on hand all times, which I do. I got tons of them. If you don't, you're missing the boat, okay? These things are vitally important for so many different things. Buy a bunch of stealth strips. They fix all kinds of things. So we are going to stealth strip this on here. We are going to cut these off and put paracord back on there for that, and then that was going to fix everything. The seat. Everybody told me how nice this was, how when you go to lean on it, like on this angle, and you lean and your butt's going to be on here, that this kind of curls over and saves you and you don't feel that bar. I don't have that happen. When I lean back on it, it just pushes the seat out of the way and I feel the bar. Is it okay? Yeah, because all my other stands do the exact same thing. So had I had hope and expectations that maybe that would curl over and help me some, maybe, but the more I look at it anyway, if I started doing that, it would probably start breaking and ripping through these things. So I'm okay with the seat being, when I'm in that position, it just sliding down and me hitting the bar. I'm all right with that. The Batwing bracket on the back, whatever they want to call it, Batwing was Lone Wolf. I'm happy with it. I chamfered mine. I showed you that in the last video. That I do believe should be chamfered. It should have came from the factory with this chamfer already built into that. You can see it on there. Hoping that camera's good and you can see it. But I put just a very minor chamfer, if you look at it, very minor chamfer on here on each one of these teeth. Very small, but it allows this bracket to slide down the tree as you're setting it. I also put very minor ones on the bottom here. These ones are irrelevant, okay? Those ones are doing nothing for me. This stand bites, this platform bites the tree very, very hard, okay? So in my opinion, when it comes to the bottom one, you're going to want it to bite, because the best way to set this stand is to put it on a tree and hang it, as you'll see, and then once you got it hung, tip it up, push down on the seat, cam it down. That's the way to do it. By doing that, these aggressive teeth back here bite that tree from the top, and when they dig into the tree, when you push it down, the top of these teeth bite hard and drag the stand down. But because it has to drag down, I want this chamfered so that when the platform is pulling it, when it pulls it down, it's not, these teeth, sharp edges here are not going to fight it. So that chamfer on the bottom of this, in my opinion, important. I like that on the bracket. Don't need it down here on the bottom of the platform. Comfort-wise, it's very comfortable. The best way I can describe it, I've never sat on anything like this before. This is like sitting almost like on a medicine ball. This pad is very squishy, and it's very unique in that sense that when you sit on it, you never feel these edges. You don't know where they are on here at all. But it's got kind of a medicine beach ball kind of feel to it. It's squishy and comfortable, but if you start getting one cheek sore, it's real easy to slide to the other one. But I mean, you feel this, it's got a really unique design to it. In a comfort factor. I've only done 2 4-hour sits in it, and both of them were incredibly comfortable. I have 0 complaints on that whatsoever. I also like how when the seat is in the up position, my butt, when I lean against the tree, is above it. My butt, literally, at my height of 5'6", my butt slides right over here and right to the tree. This is not in my way. I kind of like that because it lets me really hide in tight to that tree when animals are coming by. I'm not sticking out further. And when I trip, but it's, I like this height factor that's on here. Very happy with that. The adjustments on here for your seat height, fantastic. The adjustments here for your height on there, fantastic. The grip. Let's talk about the grip. Okay, we got 2 different versions of grip. The grip that is on the platform, best I've ever been on. Best I've ever been on. This thing locks my boots so incredibly well and is so comfortable. I love the grip that I have with my boots on this stuff. This is just I love it. I just can't get enough of this standing on this platform. The platform is rock solid. Feels exactly like my lone wolf in a tree with no flex when you're up there and moving around. All stands flex a little bit, but this is way more like my assault than it was the beast, where you literally can feel the squish everywhere you move. On this, I do not feel that. This is rock solid platform with a tremendous amount of room between these cables that I really, really like. I have 0 complaints on any part of that. Now, the other part of grip is when you're hanging the stand. This takes some getting used to. This is weird. I don't do this. How they give you these grip parts down here, right here for your fingers. My fingers are never going to grab this side, okay? It's not like I'm going to hang it with the tree like that. I don't reach around it to tree and hang it. For me, this is weird and not a whole lot of value. I love the seat post design, and I love the way it's all cut out and how it's lightweight yet so stiff. They give you grip up here too, which is nice, because this one I use. This down here doesn't really mean anything to it. When I take this stand and I go to hang it, I just grab it here, okay, right here, and I'm putting it on a tree. I kind of like the Versa button being here because it helps me stabilize this, because this is weird. It almost feels like it should be this way, which would be easier to grab flat in your hand, the way your hand is designed. I understand it can't do it that way, but it is a little different than grabbing onto a square tube. But with the flat part of the Versa button, grabbing it here like this, putting it on a tree and holding it and wrapping it, very easy to do. The stand is nice and light, and it's very comfortable for that factor. Another weird thing that I found that I definitely like is a combination of the grippiness and where this Versa button is at right here. What I like about it being squared off in metal like that is just they didn't plan it this way. It just works good for me. But if I take this seat and I put it at a slight angle like that when I'm in a tree, and I lean my butt against this and put my feet out here where I got one foot out here kind of, caught on there and stretched out, I can take my other foot while I'm leaning against the tree like this, but I can take this foot that I'm not using here, we'll switch it, so I'm leaning this way, and I can just hook my heel right on that Versa button and just chill just like this, and it's kind of really comfortable, and it gives me a chance to give a leg a break without sitting down. But my heel of my boot hangs right on that Versa button so perfectly and just kind of rests there. I like it. It's got a lot of neat little hidden comfort factor things to that I really enjoy. When I got mine, my seat was nice and tight. The seat has loosened up on me really quick. I mean, it's got much looser, and I can feel hot spots in it when it goes up and down. Okay, so I'm sure that bolt is spinning. I did retighten it a little bit. Like right now, see, it's very, very loose. Okay, now it's getting stiffer. Okay, not that I care, but some people will. But look at how stiff that is now. Okay, now watch. If I do it now, look at it. Okay, so there's a variation in this bolt rolling, which will even itself out. But now watch. Okay, so again, nothing I care about. Okay, as long as it doesn't rock or make noise, I don't care. It's still stiff anywhere I put it, so I have no complaints. I'm trying to give you a detailed review here, things that may or may not matter to you. But that does, there, you know, the washers in there, whatever it is, I can feel that changes as that bolt rolls around a little bit. I don't care. This one, I don't feel that at all. Okay, this one seems to be exactly the same. Again, irrelevant to me. I'm very happy with it. The amount of offset on here is nice. I've been in a tree where I've had to offset that already. Super happy. Got no complaints on it whatsoever. The way the stand bites the tree is unlike anything I've ever seen. The teeth on the back of this thing are so aggressive, it literally rips the trees up. Okay, I mean, you can see that on there. I mean, that is some serious teeth on the back of this thing, and they work like a champ. To the point where, like I said, on all my other stands, the Beast and the Assault, I could hang it on a tree before I get in, put my foot right here, just give a stomp like that, and it would drop this stand. Stand would, you know, would literally slide down, strap locks, good, get in it and hunt it. Cannot move this because of the aggressiveness of these teeth. It will not stomp down the tree. However, I do not need to tow hook this stand. Again, what I figured out, which you'll see firsthand as I'm actually figuring out, I'm learning it here for you in a minute. You'll see that video. I put this on the tree, I set it on, so I set it on, and then I'm going to push down, push in, and cam the stand down. It locks this in rock solid. No need to tow hook, no need to mess with it, no need to anything. So quality-wise, I love it. Huntability-wise, I love it. The room on the platform, I love it. Only two complaints I have on it are this Versa button is chewing up my straps. Easy fix. This will solve it easily. When I put that strip around here, that problem goes away, and I'll be completely happy. Other complaint? Did I have another complaint? Oh, that was on my straps. I don't like these straps. This is pointless. I'm going back to the paracord. That's it. And then the seat. The seat has that little bit of a squeak, but again, I'm wearing nylon quick drying pants. Maybe it's because of that material. But I noticed it both times that I've actually hunted out of it. Maybe it's just because I'm down here and the humidity's hot and I got a sweaty rear end. Could be that too. I don't know. But I can hear, you know, kind of a squeak. I'll put it in here, a little demo for you. You can hear me if I turn my weight. So if I'm sitting on the seat and I need to look over that way, the stand doesn't make a sound. It's the top of this cushion being so kind of smooth and sticky that's making that noise. So we just got to fix that too. Again, quick and easy solve. So there it is. Now watch and I'll show you the demos of that stand being hung on all sorts of different trees. Every tree I put it on, flawless. It worked fantastic. Once I figured out that I can't treat it like my other stands and stomp set it, I had to cam set it. And you'll see that whole progressive right here for you. Well, that'll be in right here. And then that, as you saw, is everything about this stand. It's just, it's fantastic. And I'm barely using it to its capabilities because remember, this is designed to be used with their stick systems and all the different locking points in here that they have for their stick systems that go in here and their little areas for the J hooks to bite and all the things that they have, all this technology built into here and tie points and stuff. I'm never going to use any of that. I'm a simple man and I do a simple system, but they are fantastic features here for people that are gonna. The only one that bugs me is, like I said, this little piece right here. Personally, I would like to cut those off myself. And if I may actually do that, but I don't know. They're not bothering me too bad yet. I cannot hang my backpack on the bracket like I can on my Beast or on my Lone Wolf, which I showed you here. You see, but see how we got these holes in the bracket where normally I would hook my carabiner or my pack on there? Can't get a carabiner to go through this. That's why I have this piece of paracord hanging here. It's technically the same thing. So instead of, when I put this on the tree, hooking my carabiner on here, I hook my carabiner on here if it's on this side. If it's on this side, I hook it on that same piece of paracord on this side. So it works the same, solves the same issue, but I cannot hang my carabiner on this because of the fact that the bracket isn't going to let me fit a carabiner in there. Again, simple fix. Put a piece of paracord, works like a champ. We're going to throw it on here and see how she hangs. See what it's all about. So we'll take this, again, brand new, so everything is a little stiff. So we will set this on here and see what we think. I leave my buckle connected on my end that I'm going to throw. The reason I do that is because then it's real easy for me to throw it around a tree, set it on here, and then fling that, and see how that weight brings it right around. I like that. So we're gonna just set this dude on here, see what we think of it. Hook her on and pull her tight, see what she does. Make sure we're leveled out and hang it. Okay, so we're gonna get her on there. Now you can see that this tree's leaning. We're gonna put that on center though. I wanna see how it's gonna be, and then we'll do some adjustments on there. Okay, so we're on. How's our camability? We've got adjustment on here for this to be able to work. So we should be able to get level on a tree like this all the way up, and we can for sure. Fantastic. We're good. We're gonna set it like I always do. I do not do any of the cam buckle. Watch where this stand is. I chamfered mine. Watch this when we, normally it'd be not quite this high, but watch when I hit this. See that slide? That's all it needs. We are completely locked on the back. If you're not, give it another old pop. So pop it in. Okay. Now I'm noticing that we're gonna grab this right off the bat. Now when we're set that way, I am climbing back up here. I'm noticing that that bat wing is close, but not quite. Look at, see that flex in there? That's not good. Okay, that is not good. Okay, bounce it again. That is not good. That should not be doing that. That should not be. Now we slid down enough, but you can see that. See that? That should not be doing that. We should be biting on there completely. I'm not doing any toe cam buckle stuff or buckling, but that's could be the strap, but I'm not sure. That, like I said, that's bugging me. That should not be that way. I should not have that. That should be hitting that tree and locking into there completely, and it is not locking. If we cam this, let's try that here a little bit. Yeah, see, the cam did. The cam locked in almost, yeah, pretty close. Cam locked it better, but I don't want to have to toe cam. That is so stupid to have to toe cam that in to lock that. I just sort of did it. All I did was put my foot here and then grab the back and just kind of gave a little hop. And it's locked in now. You can see it's locked. That's pretty bad that you got to do that, though. Should not have to do that with the chamfers I put on there. That's kind of disappointing that I have to do that. Probably because of how aggressive those teeth are on the bottom, making it do that. But that's kind of upsetting. But stable, definitely stable. Let's put it on another tree and see. All right, now this is that same tree, but because it leans, we're offset. So we're on the two edges of the teeth with the whole bracket over here, okay? I just set it on here. All I did was put it on. I'll do it again here, but like that. So we're on, snugged up. Okay, let's set this again just like I would with just that pop on there. Okay, so I'd be stepping on here. Okay, that should seat it. Because it is higher, we'll give it one more pop. We are seated. See, that's still, look at that seat. See that seat moving just a little bit? That is not, again, with this real deep bark pattern, that is not sitting well. There we go, now we're in. So it takes a little bit more. Again, maybe it's the bark pattern, but look at how far we're sliding down this thing. And I refuse to be one of these guys that does this crap, okay? That does that. I'll never do that. So if I can't seat it by taking it and just giving a quick pop right there, if I can't get that to seat, I'll sell the stand. So fortunately, that seats it. We're locked on. I ain't moving now, see? We're good, okay? Now this is a very coarse bark tree. You can see they're almost as deep as my finger. But we're on there and it's solid. And all I had to do was give it a little pop. But that offset bracket, working perfect. Lots of room between the cables. Tremendous room between the cables, even back here. Tremendous room. Love that factor. Love all that stuff. I love everything about it so far. Very impressed. And as long as it lets me step here to pop it down, which it has, then we're pretty good. So let's try it on a different tree. Let's pick something softer just for kicks. And see, let's pick that one there. That'd be a perfect tree that I would climb in a heartbeat. Let's set it right on that dude and figure that one out. Where are you in the frame? Right there. All right, let's pick this guy. So if we set this, let's just set it this way. Okay, so we're gonna come around, we're gonna bring it down lower. Right here. And see what she does. Okay, so we're set, just like that, like I would. I'll come around on this side so you can see we gotta bring this up just a touch. There we go. Let's give it a pop. See, I can already see that gap on there. I'm curious. We lift that back up. If I do this and then push down on the seat, see, that does seat it better. Maybe that's the way to do this one. Maybe that's the way, rather than do my method, which I've always done here, like this, and then stomp it. Okay, which kind of gets, it's got it in there, but let's do a comparison. Are we tight? No, see the seat wiggle? Okay, seat's wiggling, that bracket is not to the tree. Now I can again walk over here, hit it. Now, oh, still not. Still not. Still not. Still not touching the tree. We're not locking off. That's upsetting. That's very upsetting. The bottom is fighting me down here. There we go. Now we got her. Now she's perfect. Now she's absolutely perfect and locked in. So it takes a little to get this to lock. There's no doubt about it. Now, what if we did it the other way for kicks? See how that does? Okay, let's bring it back up. Okay, we're loose. We put it on the tree. Let's get this to bite and drag it down. Right now it is locked. Let's see what happens when we put the stress on there. That locked it. She's locked perfectly. Maybe that's the way to do this one. Okay, maybe my method, or doing that, you know, because that's locked in perfect. I can see it on there perfect. There's no more moving that. That's locked. Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the trick to this one, which would actually be easier. Most of them won't set that way. Okay, most stands don't have the bite power on the top to draw it down. Maybe this one does. So if you take that, let's put it over here. Okay, we got this on. Got that strap tight. Take this, and then just before you climb in, rest your arm on here. Okay, push it down that way, and then just roll it. Like that. That's set in good. Let's see how she is. That's rock solid. That does it. That's it. We're in. So maybe this stand does not need to be bounced on or toe cammed. Maybe it's just as simple as actually doing it that way, and that I would be very happy with. That would be a very nice thing, because then it's no muss, no fuss, no stomps, no toe cams, and that's locked in. That's good. That's there. That's against that tree. That is set. So far, I'm digging it. Let's try a different tree. Let's see, what else do we got around here? Let's go for a little bitty one. Let's go for a little one in a soft version, because I would hunt these all day long. Let's try this little dude right here. Make sure you're in frame. You are. All right. Let's try this little guy. So we take this little dude here. Let's set it right there. A little tree. We might even have to twist this strap a little bit, because we're kind of too twisted to even go through the buckle. There we go. Okay, we are on. See how she sits. Actually, I want to be below that little branch. So when we bite legit. Okay. All right. Oh, look at the amount of slack we got too. That's awesome. Let's try that cam thing here real quick first. See, because if that works perfect every time, I don't need to do that stomp anymore, and I'll never do a toe hook. So let's see how that works. Okay. She's on. Let's see what it does when I get on it. Nope, we're off. Now we're on. So kind of a combinational deal there is what it is, but hangs on the tree really nice. I mean, once you lock it, it's solid. There ain't no doubt about it. She's rock solid. I mean, this tree is actually fitting inside that V platform. We're a little down low. So let's bring that up a touch. Like that. But it's fitting right inside of the V notch of that tree. But she's locked on perfect in the V notch here. I mean, the whole stand is fitting inside here. I'll bring you over and show you. But on this little bitty tree right here, which I would hunt all day long, we are biting solid. We're going to that littler one next. We'll see what that does. But let me show you here real quick, just for the sake of showing you. So, as you can see, okay, we're biting good there. But see what I mean? It fits right inside of this, even this very small V bracket that's on the back of this thing. But solid, rock solid, fitting good. All right, we're gonna even try this little dude, which is about the smallest I would ever hunt. But a lot of times in the swamps are your only option, especially when you're clumped in together like those. See those two right there, how they're clumped in, being right there at 8 feet high, you get that kind of stuff. You get tucked in these little pockets. So let's see if it'll hang on that dude. Grab the tripod, bring that in from right here. We're gonna hang it on this little guy and see what it'll do. Okay, we're in frame, we're good. All right, let's see if it'll hang on this dude. So this one's about as little as it gets. Whew, that is little. All right, so there we are. Let's try their cam thing here again. Okay. Get on. How are we? We're tight. We're in there. She's a little more wobbly because we are so deep, or such a little tree buried in there. You can see we're getting some wobble here. And that is because this tree is so little, there's just nothing to stop it from moving. But we are bit in solid. We are still very huntable, but you got to be careful up here because, like I said, you can get some dancing going. But again, that is because if you look down here, I mean, there's nothing in here. This tree is so small a diameter, so little a diameter, you're going to get that with any single stand you put on there. There's just no two ways about it. But very good, very strong, very shootable. Turn around anywhere you want to. Like I said, it's very nice. And that cam buckle definitely, you know, cam in it, just cam and push definitely seems to lock this stand really good, which is a very nice thing. Let's let's go to that bigger tree right over there. So we'll try this big dude. Grab this and come over here by this guy. All right. Make sure you can, my tripod levels out and you can see, hold on. There we go. Let's try this guy. So we're gonna take this one here. I'm gonna stretch this out just a touch so I can reach it. Out to there. So let's put this on here, right there next to that poison ivy. Okay. This on here. All right, stands on. Now, same thing again. Let's just try it. Seat here. You don't even need to put the seat there, I'll bet. You could probably just push right down on it. But thing is to get this out of the way, push down on here, then push into the tree so that these teeth bite as you pry forward, okay? Like this. And that seems to be locking it in pretty solid. Let's see when we get on here. I put this one a little high for a short guy. See, that one's close, but again, we got a little wobble on the seat. See if we can drop it. There it is, done. So I'm not complaining about this. Like I said, this is very workable, very easy, a quick cam, and if it didn't do it, just give it a quick stomp. I like it. I'm happy with that. Hangs on these trees well, so solid. Okay, I mean, you know, the stand is very impressive. You know, it's very, very impressive, and the amount of room in here between these cables is amazing to be able to shoot that, to turn. I mean, I'm in huge snake boots. Never once do I make a noise or touch. He comes in this way, I got him. If he breaks over that way, there it is. I mean, that's what it's all about right there. Lean into the tree tight, good. Got to come out here, good. Got to come off the end. Okay, my harness. Ken, I like it. I like it. So she works really good. But soft trees and hard trees. See if we got a really big diameter tree. Even though that one's pretty good. Let's go find a big diameter tree. We'll be right back. All right, now I'm not promising we're gonna get around this big dude, but it seems like they give us a lot of straps, so let's give it a shot and see if it'll pull it off. Let us see what this will do. So we're gonna see if we can catch it around here. Again, that's why we got the weight on the back of the buckle. I mean, this is such a huge tree. Hold on. I don't think we're gonna make it. I think it's gonna be a little too big for it. But I'm curious. Oh! Oh! Let's see. We made it. We are maxed out on the strap, but that is pretty dang impressive right there. Let's use it to pull it tight a little bit so we can get a little more slack out of it. There we go. That is pretty dang impressive that this stand fits around that tree. Let's see how it sits on it. We got these weird notches in here, but let's see here. So if we cam this down, there we go. That seems to be in, that seems to be in. See if I can even get up on it. We'd have to put this down one lower. Do about there to make that sit right. Let's see if we can even get on this dude. Okay, we're not quite set in there, but I think it's because we got this notch, it won't let it. We're gonna try and set it one time here anyway. Yeah, this has got this weird hump by this strap. I'll show it to you, but it's not letting that get to there. But that is because of this part of the tree. If I was over more, we'd be okay, but like I said, can't really complain about the diameter of that tree that it's on. That's pretty impressive. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about there, just so you don't fault the stand for that. If you look at, see how that V bracket is nested into here, buried in behind us. The strap is on here. And it's got this deep pocket in there. That's why it's not being able to sit in there. That huge deep pocket we got right here is fighting against this and that. So, but that's impressive. It goes around that big tree. I mean, that tree is a it's a massive tree. And we made it around with about 1.5 inches or so to spare. So cannot complain about that. All right, one more, swamp chestnut. That's this oak tree right here. This is what I spent a tremendous amount of time hunting on. Let's see how she does on here. Put down a little lower and reach it. There we go. Alright, so now we got it on. I'll come around on this side as we set this. We got to actually set that about right there is where we want that size-wise. Let's do that push down. Actually, I want to bring that up and tighten that a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so we push her down. Okay, seat any way you want. Push this in and bite it. And drags it down. I'll bet that's going to seat good. So that method definitely is pretty impressive. And we are on, we are tight. That's rock solid. That's legit. I mean, that's impressive. It's a little different from my B stand and my assault, where, like I said, I could just get on it and give a quick stomp, and boom, it would slide down the tree. But those back teeth on there are so aggressive on the back of the platform that it, but you know, honestly, if I have a choice between me having to get on here and stomp and do that like I do, or heaven forbid, again, that stupid toe cam, hook your toe, knee on the seat thing, which I think is the dumbest thing ever. No, I mean, if you have to do that with a stand, redesign the stand. Okay, there's no reason for that. This one seems like they purposely, with those aggressive teeth that are on it, they made it where it is designed for you to not have to toe cam, not have to mess with, just take the seat, push it there, lift the platform, push it down, and then let that bite in, because that is locking that in solid. That is solid. I mean, that's I don't have to, like I said, now I don't have to do that bounce on there. You know, that's like I said, I'm impressed. I am impressed. I cannot wait to hunt from this thing. Cannot wait to actually get out there and hunt from it, where you'll actually see. Then I can give you first-hand experience after I do 6-8 hours in a row, you know, in one sit on this seat, what I think of it. But so far, I have to say I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. I like the way it hangs. I like the distances we got in here. I like everything about it. I like the platform shape. I like that there's actually more room between the cables on this than there is on my assault even. And I like the weight. I mean, I'm very impressed so far. So we will report back after I get some actual real hunts in it, real setup and real hunts, and we will see. I love how nice and tight that gets to the tree. Yeah, like I said, I'm fired up. Let's see what happens once we take it out in the real woods and hunt with it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.